Welcome to this restorative yoga for digestion and deep nervous system reset. For this class today, we're filming in a park in Beacon Hill Park in Victoria, BC. So it's a park in the center of a city that's used by lots of people. So you might hear cars going by, you might hear peacocks, planes overhead, children, pickleball. And part of our practice of being in nervous system regulation and digesting all of life is knowing that we are safe. We are safe in each moment, no matter what's happening in the world around us. But I understand if you're going through a period in your life right now where the world seems too much. And so if the noise in this video is too much, then you might want to choose another video. If it feels like this might be something that your nervous system has the capacity to handle today, then you're going to start with legs up the wall. You're going to be there for 10 minutes. You're going to need a bolster, 2 blocks, and a blanket. Fast. Go ahead in legs up the wall. You're going to be here for 10 minutes. So of course, I don't have a wall outside. I'm going to sit and I'm going to be in the frequency of legs up the wall with you. If your back bothers you in legs up the wall, you can always chair. Just give yourself a moment to settle in. I've chosen this pose because it allows you to get into the rest and digest phase of your parasympathetic nervous system. So restorative yoga activates your parasympathetic nervous system. And you can start to settle into that by feeling the support of the earth underneath you, the support of the wall, and those deeper, longer exhalations. So your parasympathetic nervous system supports healthy vagal tone and digestive function. And as we start to click into that parasympathetic tone, that vagal tone, it will release sympathetic overdrive, the hypervigilance, the overdoing, the bracing, and this will allow your gut to soften. So you can even consciously ask your gut to soften, ask your belly to soften. And when we soften our belly, soften our gut, we receive nourishment. We can receive the nourishment of this practice. We can receive the nourishment of all of life. When we resist life or try to control it, when we judge it or suppress it, what is that our body can respond with tightness, inflammation. Those are more the sympathetic overdrive responses. Or if that goes on for too long, then it can go into shutdown mode, into dorsal vagal mode, and that can turn up as sluggishness, a kind of giving up. Digestion mirrors our willingness to let go of that control, to receive, to trust our bodies, to trust our digestive systems, and to allow life to move through us. Let's go ahead and start to come away from legs up the wall. And your next pose is going to be child's pose. Now, if child's pose bothers your knees and your ankles, then you could do knees to chest pose with your legs against the wall. Well, you're going to be here for 5 minutes. In fact, knees to chest pose could be even put more compression on your ascending and descending colon, so that could be nice. So choose what's going to work best for you. I'm going to do child's pose. You're going to be in this pose for 5 minutes. I'm going to use my bolster, my blocks, so that lifts it a little bit, takes some pressure off the knees. And I'm also going to put a blanket underneath, between my knees. You can pad that up as much as you need to. The more blanket, the more pressure that takes off the knees. Sorry about that timer, guys. I'm having an issue with Insight Timer today, and then I tried to set that timer on something nicer, and the computer said no, so that's where we're at with that. Hey. In this pose, you're going to get a gentle compression of your abdominal area, which will help to stimulate digestion and peristalsis. Now, digestive issues can stem from beliefs about vulnerability, control, or unworthiness to receive. And poor digestion might stem from the beliefs or the subconscious saying, life is unsafe, it's not safe for me to relax, I'm vigilant. Okay, so take a deep breath. And then we're going to move out of child's pose, and we're going to fold our blanket so that it's narrow, or even make it into a roll so that it'll fit between your rib cage and your pelvis to stimulate your abdomen. So you want your blanket to be in a narrow strip. Even rolling it is probably good, depending on how much input you want here. And then you're going to lie back down on your belly, and we're going to be here for 5 minutes. Okay. As you're resting here on your belly, you can rest your forehead all the way on the ground with your forehead on your backs of your palms. Surrender any resistance to sensations, to feelings, and this will help to support all the conditioning, all the beliefs. If there's any tightness or bloating or discomfort, just feel the sensations without naming them or going into stories about them. And you can choose to let go of any labels like bad digestion and attune to energy as raw sensation. Let sensations move through without identifying with them, and consider that they can transmute into unconditional awareness. Okay, so you're going to start to your breath and slowly make your way out of the pose. So we're going to do supported bridge pose. You can either put your bolster underneath your pelvis or a block underneath your pelvis. You're going to be in this pose for 5 minutes. So here are some affirmations you can attune to have peaceful digestion in this pose. Life is okay, and I don't have to control it. Life is okay, and I don't have to control it. I can let life in, and I can digest what comes. I can let life in, digest what comes. All is well. I release what I no longer need. All is well. I release what I no longer need. My body is guided by divine intelligence. My body is guided by divine intelligence. Okay, so take a breath. And we're going to curl your pelvis under, press into your feet, take your bolster or your block out. Notice how you're feeling, how your nervous system is feeling after that bridge pose. I find it to be very calming. And then you can just take your knees into your chest after that. And then you can roll to your side or rock yourself up. And from here, we're going to elongate your digestive system. So we talked about compressing your digestive system. Now we're going to elongate it with a side bend. I think I'm going to use this. You could use your bolster or you could use your blanket, depending on how much side bend you want. So you want to put it underneath your ribs, and I'm going to start with putting my left side on it so that I'm elongating my ascending colon. To start, you're going to be here for 5 minutes. So when you do this, you can have your legs in whatever position you want. You can have your bottom leg bent, your top leg straight. That's how I like it. Legs straight, both legs bent. You can have your top arm overhead. So whatever works best for you here. And sense and feel into the elongation of your digestive system, your ascending colon here. Okay, so take a breath here. And then we're going to come up. And you can take your prop, whatever you chose to use, a blanket or the bolster, and we're going to do side bend on the other side. So this time we'll be elongating your descending colon. And we're going to be here for 5 minutes again. So again, choose the position that works for you. I like bottom leg bent, top leg straight. And I have some phrases here for you again. I digest life with ease. I trust my body's wisdom. I am safe to receive nourishment. I soften and I allow what I no longer need to pass. Okay, so you're going to deepen your breath and start to make your way out of this pose. Okay, so we're going to do a front lying twist now. That'll do some compression and rotation of your digestive system. So you're going to take your blocks, put one on a medium height and one on a low height, and then put your bolster on an incline. And then you can take your blanket and fold it in a square. And that's going to go between your knees. You're going to walk your knees over to the left side of your mat, lower your hips down, and put your blanket on your knees. Lengthen your spine long and lower it down on your bolster. You're going to be here for 5 minutes. So in this pose, you can try on these phrases, see how they feel. I release the need to control what I feel. I release the need to control what I feel. This sensation is passing. It's not me. The sensation is passing. It's not me. I no longer resist experience. I'll allow it to complete. I no longer resist experience. I allow it to complete. I am willing to trust life as it is. I am willing to trust life as it is. Okay, so you're going to take a deep breath. And then we'll set up this pose on the other side. Okay, so this time you're going to walk your knees to the right, lower your hips to the left. You can place the blanket between your knees again, lengthen up tall through your spine, and you're going to lower down. Okay, so take a breath and you're going to start to make your way out of this pose and into your final resting pose. Maybe put a bolster underneath your knees or that rolled blanket underneath your knees. As you make your way into Shavasana, I have the option of a mudra for you for your digestion. This mudra is different in the right and the left hand. So in your right hand, you would take your thumb and your index finger and your middle finger together. And in your left hand, you'd take your thumb and your middle finger and your ring finger together. So in your right hand, it symbolizes receiving, allowing, letting in. You can just rest them palms up on the ground or palms down on the ground. It doesn't really matter, whatever is most comfortable for you. And then your left hand symbolizes assimilating, allowing, releasing, and letting go. So on the one hand, you're taking in, and on the other hand, you're letting go. So this helps you to absorb and utilize your food to digest, not just food, but all of life. And then on the other hand, to eliminate what you don't need, to let go of what you don't need. And I have a poem here for you as well by Mary Oliver called When I Am Among the Trees. When I am among the trees, especially the honey locust, equally the birch, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say they save me in daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself in which I have goodness, discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches. And they call again. It's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine. So as you're starting to deepen your breath and wiggle and stretch out and transition, I want to remind you, especially if you're a member, but you're always welcome to become a member, that we have a whole section in our video library where there's almost 1,000 videos now. There's a whole section dedicated to digestion, including myofascial release, pranayama, self-massage, restorative yoga, all different styles of yoga. There's 13 classes in total just in that section of our video library to help you to regulate your nervous system, to receive. There's daily yoga for digestion, to release. So in the description and in the pinned comments, I'll give the link for members for that part of the video library. And if you're not a member yet, link if you'd like to join us to become a member. I just want to say welcome to all the new members. I've started to do these little invitations at the end of our videos again. I've been listening to other YouTubers as well that say that we're just no longer going to make content for people who don't appreciate us anyways. So it's just been great to speak to you again and to share what I have and to have this energy exchange. And those of you who want to join us can, and those of you who don't, that's fine too. So thank you to those of you, and welcome to all of you who have joined us in our community. It means so much to us, and it really supports us in being able to continue to offer free weekly yoga videos to you. And along those lines, if this video nourished you, I want to thank you so much for being here. You watching all the way to the end really does support us. Each time you watch, each time you share, each time you comment, you're helping to co-create a space where digestion, healing, rest, self-expression are possible. So by supporting this channel, you're not just watching a yoga video, you're supporting our family, you're helping to grow a yoga community rooted in nervous system gentleness, soul alignment, and deep embodiment. So if you feel called, I do invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with somebody that you care about. It's such a simple way to do something meaningful, and it means the world to me, it means the world to Tim, it supports our family, it allows us to live here and to be able to film here. So thank you so, so much.